Hello there, welcome to 3Spoonies. We are your host, Karen, Claire, and Joe. This is episode 11, and we're going to be discussing travel and business trips. Join us as we dive in.
The Awards People is a specialist award writing agency who help you get the recognition you deserve for your achievements. Over the years, they've gotten to know about and meet so many individuals, charities, companies, and organisations that offer amazing products and services, but who rarely get recognised for it, or who enter awards but never get further than the nomination stage. This is where the Awards People come in, with their experience and expertise in writing multi-award winning applications. Whether you're looking for initial research into what awards are available for you to enter or support with award nominations and or submission forms, the Awards People are the people for you. 93% of all entries go through to the finals and 81% go on to win their category.
Hello, I'm Karen from Pony Pony Pony.
I'm Claire from Sparkle's Gift Boutique.
And I'm Joe from Bright Cat Business Solutions.
We are 3Spoonies navigating our way through life and business with not enough spoons. And today we are going to be talking about travel and business trips, which is something we've been doing a fair bit of recently, actually. We saw each other in real life. It was so exciting.
It really was.
Your buddies in real life. Travel is the difficult bit.
Yeah, I admit the fact that you guys travelled the day before, I was so jealous of because leaving my house at 7 in the morning, it hurt.
Yeah. Well, we usually do have a day before because we need to rest, and we kind of reiterated the issue when we did the SBS event in February
Oh my goodness.
in one day, there and back, and we were so wrecked. I was on by 10 a.m. By 12, I wanted my bed. I was in so much pain.
Yeah, absolutely. We thought we could do it. We gave it a good go and we learned that we couldn't. It was far too much. We sort of had the travel, a full day event, the travel back, carrying stuff, and
And your body's just said no.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, also we didn't get as much out of the event as we could have. Like it was a great event. We met loads of people, but because we were limited in energy and there were points when we had to go, I'm just going to chug some painkillers back in a sec. Yeah, we possibly missed out on opportunities and yeah, it saved us a bit of cash not getting the hotel, but
We weren't as present in the room as we should have been.
yeah, and it's like if we had been, maybe we could have spoken to X more people and, potentially made new connections. And we didn't because we were too tired. So,
And we also missed out on making connections the night before.
yeah, which is also true.
Yeah, because you do find that people, especially people are travelling for an event, there will be something the night before for everyone just to kind of get together and have a little meet up and get to know each other. And there's such important kind of parts of it. I think everyone's a bit more relaxed and social as well.
Yeah, it's really good to meet people in sort of a relaxed environment before whatever event you're going to. And as I say, when you're chronically ill or disabled, having that rest time built in is really important.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't away for business, but I went away kind of to visit friends and family over the May half term, and it was a full on week. I think by day three, I was just drained, and I
Mm.
was like, when you have full on days, especially when you suffer with chronic pain, it's like you can push through it and push through it. As soon as I got home, I was like, I am not moving, and then it was like, okay, I'm not. It's not like I'm not moving. I can't move now. My body's like, and stop. Here's all your pain in excess.
Yeah, with the interest.
Yeah, all the interest of what you've been saving up for the week. Have it. Yeah, it is all about planning. I will try and plan if I'm away for a weekend, I'm happy to travel a day before, check into a hotel, have a little rest, have some me time, good for a good room spa. It's all about the relaxation.
Absolutely. And sort of then you prepped for whatever you're doing on that day. I mean, if it's something really big, I'll stay the night after as well.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
that and there's something to be said for not having to lug everything with you. You know, if you have got a base, you can just take the bits you need for the day, then that's helpful to not have to lug around the backpack the whole day, to be honest.
Yeah, like the first BSN Awards, when we made a weekend of it, 3, 4 days. Day after the awards, I couldn't even say bye to Karen. She was leaving because I was so fatigued. I was like in bed, sort of paws in the air if I was a cat. And I think she got a,
Honestly, I thought you were asleep, so I just sneaked out so I
I was
didn't
not
wake you
asleep.
up.
I was definitely in some sort of fugue fatigue state. I
it's like
always,
I'm alive, but I'm not quite there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the thing with any sort of event or trip. It's like I can remember when I was relatively well and I'd come back from a holiday and go, do you know what? I need a couple of days off to recover from my holiday or, get the washing done or get everything together and whatever else. I think that's time you need to build in sort of either side to have the energy to get stuff packed or unpacked or just have a rest or, just ease yourself back into it a little bit more slowly.
yeah, I mean, even when I was well, because my hobby was live action role playing, I would spend somewhere between 3 and 5 days on my feet for a ridiculous amount of hours doing stuff. And you just kind of hoped that your body held out till the end of the weekend and you could get home. Often it realised it was broken while you were putting the tent down, but get home and then sleep for 16 hours.
Oh
And
wow.
Mm.
that was it. And then it'd take a couple of days for the sort of, you'd be in pain, you'd struggle moving, you'd be tired, but it was okay. But now I get that from just traveling somewhere, anywhere.
Yeah, it's also, especially if it's the weekend, if that's usually your downtime and you've used that downtime up, so you've sort of missed out on that, plus you've done extra on top. Sort of those Mondays, just don't expect anything from me. It's not going to happen.
Oh. Yeah, I
But
think
saying that, it's really important to go places and do things and get out there.
Yeah, but it's just knowing that you've got enough time to do it, because that's sometimes you can agree to something and sort of have a look around it in your diary and sort of say, oh, well, have I got a lot running up to that? Is it going to be something big at the end of a really long week? And, how feasible is it?
Yeah.
yeah, I
Like,
think it's kind of making that plan and being like, I'm going to sign up and do this, but how does that week or weekend look? What am
Mm,
I doing either side of it? And making sure you've got your time to get ready and get all your bits done before you go. Because I know we're all like that. It's like, well, we'll get much work done before we go, and
yeah.
then you've got to also make sure when you get back, you need that downtime because your body is just, oh, you've been so active, you've pushed through, you've powered through, you've medicated yourself. Now, you need to take a bit of you time.
yeah. I mean, as we're recording this, the BSN Awards are coming up at the end of the month. This is my busiest month ever. And I am probably working above capacity up to about the 21st of June. I intend to take that week off.
Fair.
I mean, I'm
Good for
having
you.
so that day's out. But yeah, other than recording another episode, 2 episodes of 3 Spoonies, I'm taking that week off if I can. Yeah.
Yes, it's important to take a break. So let's take a commercial break now with Spoons Full of Loveliness, loads of great things from our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Chris Ramsbottom, and I run the Amethyst Centre. I'm also disabled with severe osteoarthritis, recently diagnosed autistic with dyscalculia thrown in for good measure. Phew. I set up the Amethyst Centre to bring the next generation of complementary therapies and provide a safe and fully staffed therapy centre in Coventry. The centre is on Bar Hill, a busy shopping street, about a mile from the station. Our therapists include counsellors, physiotherapists, Reiki healers, as well as aromatherapists and reflexologists. We are expanding our training to include beauty therapy, and we are working with Dynica Beauty Training, who have made the Amethyst Centre their UK base. Are you wanting to train in beauty or holistic therapy? We can help. Obviously, we have experience from sharp end of learning despite our disabilities and difficulties. So we offer individualized, personalized training to support and help you achieve no matter what your age or level. Sadly, we are upstairs, so we are not fully accessible to those with physical disabilities, but the Centre is happy to support 3Spoonies and to sponsor this podcast. Enjoy.
So yeah, just you were saying like you're taking a week off. I was about to say, what just finished recording this, and someone will get in your inbox and be like, "Oh, can you do this work for me on this week?"
And I will say,
Yes.
I am a glutton for punishment. But no, I fully intend to at least take a couple of days off where I can. And that seems like a good point to do it. It is also
Yeah.
social media week, though, so it might be an issue.
Well,
I mean, the idea is
best laid
there.
plans.
Not a bit earlier.
Yeah, it's. I know we talked about kind of knowing our limits on the last podcast, like the first season we done, and I think it kind of ties into that a bit as well when you're traveling. It's knowing what your body can handle, what you can handle, both physically and mentally, and kind of planning all that in so you don't knacker yourself.
And
Yeah,
what you need as well, like, have you got enough of your prescriptions to carry you over? Like, when I'm traveling, I have an orthopedic cushion, so my back doesn't hurt quite so much. Can you fit that in a suitcase? Have you got all the bits you need? And, if you're going abroad as well, do you have the prescription for whatever controlled substances that you no longer think are particularly strong, but immigration might disagree on? It's like that. It's all those things that you're so used to, you don't realize that might be unusual for other people. It's like in the past when I've been on a plane with my cushion, they said, "Oh, can you get a letter from your doctor to say you need a cushion?" And it's like, maybe, but that's probably going to cost. Like, can you see this picture of how mangled my spine is? Will that do? And sometimes the things that people ask are odd, and it can vary from like airline to airline and company to company. And if you do have any concerns, it is just worth checking and asking, even just to save anxiety, to say, what's the procedure for this? What should I do? Is this okay? Will I be covered for this? And yeah, I find that helps. Otherwise, when you're trying to get somewhere on time and make an appointment, and have you remembered everything, and have you got all this paperwork, and it's all just extra stuff that if you can get sorted in advance, it really does help.
Yeah, I have a folder that I take with me when I go away on holiday, and it's got all my prescriptions in it. It's got all Dylan's autism paperwork in it, and just everything we may need. And there is probably a good chance that I will phone up airlines or things to be like, just to go through everything and make sure that it's all perfect. Because knowing my luck, if I don't do that, it's going to be a right absolute mess.
yeah,
Yeah, I need things in place like photocopies of passport and tickets and backups of things, and oh, just in case my phone dies and just in case this happens. And honestly, I probably overdo it sometimes, but I'd rather put the extra effort in advance and have less stress on the day, because like on top of everything else, you just don't need it.
yeah. Also, if that's helping sort of your anxiety about it, that helps. I am the person who plans everything down to minute detail because that helps my anxiety. It's like I know where I'm going, what
Mm.
time, everything's good, it's all accessible. I'll be okay. And to make sure that I've built in rest time around it, I need that plan. Even when we're going holiday, my husband will say, he's like, somebody say, "Oh, where are you doing? When you going? What's your plan?" He's like, "I don't know." My wife will tell me because he knows I've got it in hand, and I need that. I need to do that plan. I need to be the one in control.
Yeah, I'm the same. Yeah, I sort out all the things and then I know it's sorted. That and sort of things like checking with a venue or a hotel, because some places may not mean to, but they may miss out important information that you need to know. Or it's like the somewhere we stayed once, we were told it was fully accessible, and by that they meant there's a wheelchair ramp at the front. Like you couldn't actually wheel yourself through it was too small. So you'd scrape your knuckles if you tried to wheel yourself through. And there was a bath rather than a shower, and the bed was far too low. And it's like no part of this place is accessible. And they went, oh, there's a ramp though. And some people just don't know. So it's worth checking. Like I will check like pictures of rooms and floor plans, and like I've contacted people in advance and said, "Oh yeah, you've said there's going to be music. Is there going to be flashing lights? Because if you strobe, I will have a seizure, and I'd rather not." And 9 out of 10 times, people are fine about it or will explain, "Oh, there's a solution," but it's just knowing what's going to be an issue for you, and also why strobe lights, why it's like I don't know anyone who feels better after having loads of strobe lights. Like they're not good for migraines, they're
I
not
get
good for epilepsy, they're not please can
It's
we
just not
not.
good.
Like light shows great fine, but when it's the point of actual strobe, it's like that's not improving anyone's life. But anyway, that's a side point. But yeah,
We
I
go
have
off on
asked about that,
tangents.
and people will check and find out. And again, sometimes people won't think of things, or things that could be helpful for other people might not be helpful for you. So sometimes you do have to spell things out or ask, or, sometimes it's like knowing where the toilets are in a venue. Like if that could potentially be a source of anxiety. Or on the other hand, if you find out where the ones are that are slightly out of sight, so there's not a massive long queue when everyone else is queuing, things like that. Like if that's an issue, or if there's someone with a radar key and you know where it is, then that's sort of a problem that's sorted.
Yeah, and knowing what happens if everything goes wrong. Always have
Mm.
a plan, as we've said before. Um, what happens if your train's delayed by hours? What happens if you miss a connecting train? What does your ticket allow? Who would you need to speak to? What happens if you don't make your flight or there's a problem? If you've got all that information to hand, that will calm your mind considerably.
Yeah, that and like at the moment, things like train travel, support on train travel is sometimes very poor. Like some stations aren't, they don't have any staff at all. Others aren't necessarily as helpful as they might be. So, maybe if you do need support, that you do need to plan anyway, because you can't guarantee there'll be something available. Like something as simple as someone collecting a ramp, there might not be someone around to do that. So maybe you have to book and spell out exactly what you need, because it might be obvious to you, but it might not be to someone else.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I've never thought about that one with like the ramp and the like, especially with your public transport travel. It's you just always presume that someone's going to be there. And I mean, I should know for my train journeys how many I've had delayed and cancelled, and
Yeah.
You have
the
to book
trauma that
it.
I had from train travel last year was a lot. um, but yeah, you don't really think about. You just presume that it will be there. You don't think, oh, what if I need this? Or
Yeah, I'd always double check, especially because they are trying to cut down on rail staff and stuff like that. Make sure things are in place, and thankfully things are a lot better. Because I remember when we travelled with my mum and she had to fill out a survey as a wheelchair user. I think the third question down was, "Do you smell?"
What?
It was like,
what?
I have a nose.
Does that mean
so
does she
you
smell
can you can
nice? Does
imagine
she
how
not
that
smell
went down.
nice?
And things, thankfully, they are better now, but it's sometimes you do really need to spell out what is helpful for you and what you need, or things people might not consider. Like if some people might think an event's accessible, but the lighting might be terrible. So if someone's trying to use Makaton or sign language, no hope. And again, if that's pointed out to people, that's something that could be accommodated, something could be done, but it's not something everyone thinks about. So sometimes you do really need to advocate for yourself and for other people as well, because often things that make things easier for everyone.
Yeah. Also, when sort of thinking about your travel, is if you suffer with sensory overwhelm or there's too many people, consider the times of day you're actually traveling.
Yeah, that's a really good point. If you can travel at quieter times, it is helpful and it can help you decompress. Because what you don't want to do is come back from a busy thing and you end up stood up on the train all the way and it's crowded and
You know, I always try and plan mine, especially if I'm traveling the day before, I'll get the train, I'll get like a 10 o'clock train or like a half 11 train because they're always quieter and it's not in that peak busy time. So it's just like, oh, this is, you know, normally it's empty. Watch my luck now. Next time I get a train, it's going to be heaving. But it's, you know, it's just finding the times of travel that work for you in the area you're in
Mm.
and what
And also
works.
things are much better in terms of things like Google Maps. Like I get quite anxious if I'm going somewhere I've not been to before. It's like, oh, what if I miss the turning? Like you can sort of go on Google Maps and look at the street view and go, oh, okay, so I need to turn left at the tree and this, and sort of get things straight in your head so you know exactly what you're doing. That and with Google Maps as well, it can sort of plan your route, public transport or driving down to sort of get off at this bus stop, then cross the road, then get to this bus stop. And it does sort of make it really easy for you because those are some of the things that just add stress to your day and you don't need it.
I do love a bit of Google Maps. I remember when I met you guys in Doncaster because I haven't been there before. I mean, I think I must have rechecked my journey about 4 times, maybe 5 times at least. Even though I'd done it, it's like you think doing it once would be enough, but no. And then on the day, it was like keep it open on my phone, just so I know where I'm going, just for my peace of mind. I think.
I mean, I was shocked because I would not have got on a bus. I would have been getting a taxi because, well, other the bus hurt, and I didn't know how far it was from the venue, despite the fact we walked it over 2 days. The bus causes me so much anxiety. It's like, no, I'm getting a taxi.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thankfully it
well,
was
I
a
think
really short bus journey.
it's also like having local taxi apps, like not everywhere has Uber or whatever else, or things like Google Maps, you can download a version to your phone. So if you do end up somewhere without signal, you've kind of got the backup and things. And yeah, I over prepare to be fair, but it's once you know things are there, if it's going to help you, if it's going to reassure you, if it's going to make things easier, then absolutely, because things aren't always easy. And as I said, you do have to advocate for yourself. And sometimes it's being very clear about what you need, or it might be, so you need a hire car that's a certain size. And sometimes people take that as a request, and it's like, no, I need this. This isn't just an upgrade. I need it to be
I
a
need it
certain
for
size,
this.
or I need it to be this height, or I've chosen this particular model. It's not just I'm being fussy. It's not like I've asked for a particular shade of blue or something. Although I suppose you can do that as well. I couldn't say to accommodate it, but if it's an accessibility thing, I think sometimes you do need to be very clear and you don't need to give all the details, certainly, of disabilities or conditions. But if you just make it clear, I need this. And people are generally all right with that. And it's sort of knowing things and checking you're covered because things like insurance as well, if you've not mentioned pre-existing conditions and with some disabilities and conditions, you can find some places won't insure you at all. Some places will charge more. It may be you need to go to somewhere specialist or find someone who knows what they're doing with insurance and say, look, this is the situation. Where should I go to? And it works out cheaper to insure yourself for a few years with a certain person rather than individual trips. So it's worth checking that out because what you don't want to do is you end up somewhere far away, potentially where you don't speak the language. And yeah, being able to say she's got a hurty foot in French isn't much good when what you want to say is it's a compound fracture, things like that. If you go through all of that and then find your insurance isn't valid, and it's a whole thing. And some people will be like, oh, I'll just not tell anyone and hope for the best. And it's like at that point, you may as well not have insurance because if they can turn around and say, oh, well, you didn't mention that you had a bit of a hurty arm 3 years ago or whatever, then, oh, it's a nightmare, isn't it? But
Yes.
yeah, there are people, and again, please put in the comments if you know anyone who is really useful for that, or somewhere who does insurance or anything like that, or any tips that you found, any useful websites, anything like that. Please do let us know because we'd love to share that with everyone.
Yeah, and I think that about wraps us up for today.
I think it does. So thank you for joining us for 3Spoonies on travel and business trips. We'd love to know your thoughts in the comments, especially as I said, if you've got any useful links or any lovely people we should all know about. So don't forget to subscribe for our weekly podcast and leave us a review. You can also find us on social media, and we'd love it if you join the Business Success Network for Disabled Entrepreneurs Facebook group. You can also buy us a coffee if you like what we do. All the links are in the show notes. We'll see you next week for community questions. Have a great day and keep track of your spoons.